Hi, Ken Cutler, your Nevada County Health Officer, with you on May 13th. Wanted to let you know that our local attestation to move through into stage 2 of the stay-at-home order statewide has been posted and approved. The state had allowed for counties to attest to certain conditions, having a relatively low number of laboratory confirmed cases, no recent deaths in the last 2 weeks from COVID-19, having the ability to increase and expand our contact tracing for when we do have a case, knowing that our hospitals are able to surge if that's needed. And so the state created a process where we could show that we met those criteria. Jill Blake, our public health director, and I met with the state just Monday morning to review that attestation. It then went through California Department of Public Health and was approved and posted just yesterday. So what does that mean? That means that those businesses that are within the stage 2 can start to open if they've done certain things. So they have to have a risk assessment that they do themselves. There are checklists that the state has provided for safeguards in terms of employee training, having disinfectant available, hand washing ability, how they're going to message to their customers, plans for if they have an illness, etc. And so once the businesses have those plans in place, they can open with those modifications and safeguards. So what type of businesses might you see? Retail recently had been opened up for curbside pickup, but now it's actually in-store retail with those modifications. As well, restaurants can start to open if they meet the new guidance criteria and have their plans and policies in place. Again, don't expect the restaurants to look like they did prior to COVID-19. There's going to be more spacing. They're still not having groups from non-households gathering together, and there will be safeguards. The bars won't be open. If there are gaming elements within the restaurant, those won't be open because we don't want people touching the same equipment. Offices. We want people to telework as much as possible and to continue that if it's working for them. There are times where offices need to come together, and again, with safeguards, they can start to do that. As we move into the stage 2, we really want people to follow the basics still. So wash your hands really well. Only go out if you need to. I know that now you'll be able to go out to a retail, but try to limit it, particularly if you're more vulnerable to a severe outcome from COVID-19. So if you're over the age of 65 or older or have underlying medical conditions, please be very cautious. And we want everybody, whether they're going out or not, to maintain their social distancing. Schools are listed in stage 2 at the state level. In our variance locally, we did not ask that schools have in-classroom at this point. We think that there's still more planning to determine how that's going to be done safely, because there are a lot of other issues to consider about what's transportation going to look like in schools with busing. And also we know we're near the end of the school year, and so rather than bring the kids together at this point, we need a little more time and planning with our educators. Right now we are asking people not to engage in non-essential travel. So leisure travel, tourism travel shouldn't be happening at this point in our reopening of California. If we start to have folks from areas where there's much more infection, a lot more transmission going on, coming to our area, and particularly if people aren't following physical distancing guidances, then we have more risk for transmission within our community. So currently, short-term rentals are still under a local order and the statewide stay-at-home order. And since leisure travel and tourism travel are not open yet, short-term rentals should be limited for rentals to people who are carrying out essential business activities or essential services. So for going out for activities, to get exercise, to be on a trail, to bike, we ask that people stay relatively local, should not be going long distance to do that at this point. So stay as local as possible. We're still at 41, 29 from the eastern side of the county, 12 from the western side of the county. And we also post, but only weekly, updated numbers of how many tests have come back in residents of Nevada County. And we're now over 1,800. You won't see that number moving as quickly. It takes us a little time to go through all of the reports and get you the most accurate number that we can. So that one, just so you know, gets updated weekly. The case counts as they happen will be updated individually. The Optum site in Nevada County is located in Grass Valley over at the Vets Hall. That opened up last week. And then in collaboration and in coordination with Placer County, they opened up one of their sites in Kings Beach so the folks on our eastern side of Nevada County can access that. OptumServe is by appointment only. You can go online and book an appointment directly or look at mynevadacounty.com/coronavirus and there will be links for you to follow. So we're encouraging anybody with COVID-like symptoms, whether they're mild or not, to contact their healthcare provider, talk about getting testing, and know that testing is available through those OptumServe by appointment. We are hoping that results will be available within 48 to 72 hours of being tested. Unfortunately, in the first few days, we've seen that it's taking a little longer for some, so please be patient if you haven't gotten your results back.